You're watching the best college basketball conference in the country, the Big 12 Conference. Hello, everybody. Forget about that football today. We're watching college basketball, TNT Sports College Basketball pregame presented by Vanda Pharmaceuticals. I'm Tim Doyle alongside Dallin Cuff, Seth Davis. Happy holidays out there. And Texas Tech, we haven't seen them in 8 days, boys. And now they get a chance to take on Winthrop. By the way, happy holidays. You get some sleep last night? Bye-bye to the kids?
Yeah, that was a nice 9 hours I got. Christmas was awesome. The holidays were amazing, honey. But, yeah, that sleep was pretty good. I enjoyed that night.
Well, Texas Tech hasn't played in 8 days.
Well,
and now they go up against a team they should beat up on, but Winthrop's no joke.
No, certainly not. Mark Prosser, really good coach. Outstanding mid-major program. Of course, last time we saw Texas Tech, they were pulling off a stirring comeback over Dallin Cuff's Duke Blue Devils, down 17 in the second half. And now, like the rest of college basketball, I don't want to say this is a warm-up game, but this is not, this is getting them ready for the Big 12. They've been off for 8 days for the holidays, so you might see a little bit rust. Be interesting to see where their energy level is at. But as we all know, you don't want to be playing around with teams like Winthrop because they have confidence in themselves. They can score the basketball, and they're here to win the game. So Red Raiders better be ready.
Were you yelling at the TV as Texas Tech was coming back? You're
totally
good? You're good?
Keel, man.
You're totally objective now.
I'm a pure professional.
You are a professional. That was a professional performance by Texas Tech in the second half of that game. And we talked about it quite a bit. It wasn't after last week when we were all together. It wasn't just that they won. It's how they won. It's to come from behind in that fashion. Mm-hmm. When you played 3 other big-time teams throughout the course of the year and really didn't show, lost a tight one before, but didn't really show, got your brains beat in by Purdue. This was a gut check moment for that team. In the Garden, the country watching, primetime game, and you come back. Christian Anderson was outstanding. He'll be joining us later. JT Toppin's in foul trouble. You got injury issues. They overcame all these obstacles. But how do you verify? How do you validate that going forward? Today's a big step to that. Winthrop played Nebraska really tough, played Arkansas really tough. Like, they should have beat Arkansas.
Yes, they should have.
Who did beat Texas Tech, mind you. So this is probably a closer game than many might think.
Yeah, as for Texas Tech, that layoff, it's always nice when you get a win like that going into the holidays, but not really sure where they're going to be coming into this game. They're 17.5-point favorite for those out there that may look into that. Total in this game is 162. Why
was 18.5, so the money is coming in on the Winthrop, just letting you know.
You see the wins there as far as Duke and then Wake Forest. That was another good win. Their losses, there have been 3 of them this year for Texas Tech. They've all been to ranked teams. They lost to Illinois, Purdue, and Arkansas. But when you break down this Red Raiders team, in my eyes, they have 2 first-round picks. JT Toppin, Christian Anderson. Toppin's been an absolute machine this year. 21 points, 10 rebounds. You know what we're not going to show, guys? His free throw percentage. He's shooting 45% from the free throw line. But game after game, DC's wildly consistent.
He is, and he's got the ball in his hands a ton. Like, he affects their offense. There's so much gravity to when he has the ball or where he is on the floor that you have to pay attention to him. His offensive and defensive rebound numbers, as you see them, his ability to get on the glass and hurt you on both sides is critical. His free throw shooting can be a Achilles heel for this team. As a team, they're shooting just under 67%. Mm-hmm. Like, that's actually what bit Duke in that game, is Duke's poor free throw shooting. But his performances, his ability to stay out of foul trouble is really important, and to stay on the floor, because when he's not on the floor, this team is completely different.
Yeah, and as you well know, a big part of being a good free throw shooting team on the whole is getting the right guys to the line. And it is a big-time problem when you're All-American, the guy you want the ball in his hands down the stretch, but you got to be concerned about that free throw shooting percentage, because it makes them reluctant to go to him, but you also need to go to him to score. So that's something that definitely needs to be fixed.
Well, you could tell Grant McCaslin's letting him kind of grow his game a little bit. He shot 21 threes this year. Yeah. He's made 4 of them. Those aren't going in at a high rate either. But as far as rebounding and blocking shots, you saw the other names up there, some of the all-time greats in college basketball, most recently Zach Edey. The guy has been consistent time and time again. Is he even the best player on this team? Because Christian Anderson's had a great start to the year.
I think it's a debate that isn't really a debate to me, because I think Christian Anderson's an outstanding player. He's gotten 9 points more per game in his sophomore year campaign, 5 more assists. The game has slowed down for him. He's able to use his physicality. He's able to play off the closeout now. Last year, a lot more of a three-point shooter. If you were running at him, he is creating a problem. He's way better on the bounce. He's one of the most improved players in the country. That said, Toppin makes this team a potential Final Four team. When he's not on the floor, again, all the things that he can bring, Anderson's outstanding. You need both these guys to get their full potential, and they need some more help. They need to get healthy, too, to get their full potential. but I still would lean toward Toppin, as outstanding as Anderson has been and will be for them the rest of the season.
I think maybe the way that I would put it is they are the best 1-2 punch in college basketball.
Ooh.
And so the problem has been, first of all, who's that third leg of the stool, which we'll talk about in a little bit with Lamont Watts, but also that bench. They've got a big center, Luke Bamboy, who transferred in. He's been in and out. He's going to be out another 2 to 3 weeks, I'm told. So that's what made that win over Duke remarkable, is because they did have foul trouble and a very thin bench, and they still came down from 17 down. So their level of confidence has to be sky high. But by the same token, you're not operating on a huge margin for error without the big fella.
They're bottom 20 in the nation in bench minutes played. And Grant McCasland doesn't want to have to do that. That's partially because of injuries. It's partially because they don't have that much depth at a high level. Big 12 is the toughest league in the country. Like that when you're playing those 2 Big 12 opponents every week, that is going to be, with the travel included as well, that is going to be challenging. So getting healthy and making sure guys are taking care of their bodies and recovering, because we'll talk to, as mentioned, Christian comes on here. He'll talk about the guys logging 40 minutes a game. Like that's really hard to do in league play consistently. So they're going to need to continue to have bench impact when they get those minutes.
Yeah, what do you see as the X factor for Texas Tech?
Well, we talked earlier when we were covering them that they had these 2 great players, as I said, the best 2-man tandem in college basketball, but you need that third leg of the stool. And who is that going to be? Well, we now have that answer in Lamont Watts. And this is just a great example of someone who found his way onto the court. Now, part of it was the injury to Bamboy that elevated him to the starting lineup, but he does everything well. You see him defending right here. He's on the basketball, and even he can play off the basketball as well. And then once he gets the ball in transition, he can help lead the break and make things happen on the offensive end. And, of course, if you want an assist, pass it to that guy, Christian Anderson. He's been absolute blazing. But when you look at Lamont Watts, he's their 3rd leading scorer at 14.5 points a game. He's 2nd in rebounds. He's 2nd in assists, 39% three-point shooter. And, Grant McCasland praised him a couple of weeks ago. It's that old adage, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And when he got his opportunity to go into the starting lineup, so I think even when Bamboy comes back, I think McCasland might want to keep watching the starting lineup. Or if you want to bring him off the bench 6-man and then he plays starter minutes down the stretch, he's a culture piece. So he's been a great, great find. Started at Eastern Washington, transferred to Washington State, now transferred to Texas Tech. So for all those curmudgeons out there who talk about how bad the transfer portal is and moving around, well, he has found an opportunity, and he is making the most of his opportunity.
In a performance like that, when you have 20 points in a game where your team needs you and you've got issues, that can carry forward too. Like that makes you more belief and more confidence of how you can impact this team.
Yeah, well, we talked about Christian Anderson. Now, is he scoring the ball at a high level, nearly 20 points a game? He's dropping dimes as well, over 7 assists a game, and we were lucky enough to talk to him before this one against Winthrop. Now here with Christian Anderson, the star sophomore guard for Texas Tech. Christian, this is Tim Doyle. You have dual citizenship, and you played for Germany on the under-19 World Championship team. You actually lost to USA and your head coach, Grant McCasland. But what did that experience do to elevate your game heading into this year?
Yeah, obviously, it was a great tournament, great experience, and it was a pleasure to go play against Team USA and Coach Grant. But, yeah, I think ultimately it just taught me, how to just, compete and play against the best competition in the world at our age group. And I just think it taught me a lot of experience and, yeah, just how to compete against a lot of different types of teams.
Hey, Christian, Seth Davis, Merry Christmas to you. We know how huge that win was over Duke, and you had a huge part of it, scoring 23 of 27 in the second half. The most impressive part to me is that you played 40 minutes. Now, we know you guys have a short bench. You've now played 40 minutes in 2 of the last 3 games. I know you're young, but that can't be easy. What are you doing in terms of your preparation, your conditioning, all of that, to be playing these major minutes with this short bench?
Yeah, I think it just goes back to how I trained growing up. How I train now is just, a lot of in-game reps, game speed, a lot of running. Yeah, just stuff that, will get me conditioned during the game and stuff that will help me, stay in shape and be able to perform at the highest level while playing, like you said, 40 minutes. But, yeah, I just think it goes back to how I was conditioning and how I grew up training.
Christian, this is Dallin Cuff. We may have buried the lead here. As Seth just said, you guys came back in amazing fashion to beat Duke. That game before Christmas has a big impact on how we enjoy the holiday. Did the food taste better? Were the drinks more refreshing to have beaten Duke and then have Christmas?
Of course, family in town, great environment, playing in the Madison Square Garden, playing against one of the best teams in front of a lot of fans. It was definitely good to go home with a win and celebrate Christmas with a great victory.
Yeah, the Big 12 is loaded this year, top to bottom. When Texas Tech is at its best, Christian, what are you guys doing?
I think we're just, being the toughest team, getting 50-50 balls, playing true to how we want to play, and knowing personnel and playing as a team, playing together, and just, being, the tougher team, like I said. And when we do that and when we, play how we know we can play, I think that's how we're going to be the best team in the Big 12.
You guys had some big-time matchups early in the season that you were unable to win or maybe perform the way you would have wanted to. The Duke game was that great comeback and that win. Will that game have an impact on you guys going forward? Is there something you took away from that game or learned about your team that will help you as you move into Big 12 play?
I think, like you said, we had some early losses in the season, some close games, one-possession games. And I think going into Duke, we wanted to kind of learn from our past mistakes and go out, just trying to fight and just, make every possession matter. And I think that's what we did. And I think that's how we got to play, no matter if we're up or down. I think we got to play to our best ability and not ever, get relaxed. And I think if we do that, we'll be fine.
Well, it's your first game in 8 days, so it's going to be nice to see some other bodies out there besides your teammates matching up on. We appreciate your time and good luck today, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
DC, how would you describe this Texas Tech team? Like, what is their identity? You talked about toughness a lot. That was the word we heard over and over again.
That's a good point. They are offensively talented. They are gifted with the best 1-2 punches. I think it's a good comment and debate. We could have that debate with some other guys, but they're definitely up there with Toppin and Anderson. This team has to build their defensive identity better. They've got to want to guard the ball, want to be the tougher, more physical team, want to meet that challenge on the defensive side, because that's where they are struggling against high-level opponents, is making teams, taking away what they do well and make them do something that's their second or third option, or take them out of the game plan. They have not done that great against their big-time opponents. They did it great against Duke. They made it harder for Boozer down the second half. They didn't continue to double. That helped them defensively. We'll see how they deal today with a Winthrop team that wants to get up threes. Do they execute the game plan and make it hard for them?
Yeah, and this just goes back to the health issue. Not only Bamboy, they got two other bigs who are out. So it's a double problem. First of all, it hurts your depth, meaning it's harder to guard aggressively because of conditioning and foul trouble. And then also nice to have that rim protection when things break down, as they inevitably do. So absolutely critical that Texas Tech gets healthy, because even though he is young and the 40 minutes doesn't feel to him the way it would feel to old guys like us, it is not sustainable over the course of the season.
I'll say this, and I know DC agrees, as we see JT Toppin. It's always nice going into the game when the coach ain't going to take you out.
I ain't looking over your shoulder at all.
Confidence galore. JT Toppin, Texas Tech, Winthrop. That's next.